I got you before the chapter this week actually releases. I want to get your thoughts on some stuff, you know?
Let's talk about it.
I kind of see this as a little bit of a refresher from the last week's chapter, 1121. I just want to see where you're at with a lot of the Egghead Island events regarding the Gorosei, Luffy and the Straw Hats, and Emeth. So to start things off, Emeth, do you think this guy has what it takes to fend off Jupiter and Warkudi? Because that's what we last saw, right?
Yeah. He was fending off those guys. You thought he was down for the count, but he kept getting back up. You know, he has the will of Luffy, so he's actually incredible.
The will of L. That doesn't sound that good on paper, does it?
It doesn't really sound that good. But I think based on what we've seen from him, no, he probably shouldn't be able to fend them both off. But narratively, I think it makes a lot of sense if you can like help Joy Boy escape.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the ancient robot Emeth. I'm not impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not impressed. I think he's a role player. So I think
imposter.
At the end of the day, he can have a big game every now and again. But ultimately he shouldn't be able to. But I think he will. I mean, he does. Well, hold on. He does have a trump card that he hinted, right? He's like, is it time to use it? So
and then we didn't see it the chapter after.
So like he might still have it in the bag, like something to kind of trap them or like a bomb or something. The only thing is that there are a bunch of people on Egghead that have plot armor. Yeah. So it's just like, how devastating can this thing be? We know that the Gorosei regen, is it like a birdcage, you know?
Oh,
like,
a birdcage would be cool.
Yeah, you know, something
weird
similar.
But cool.
I don't know. It'd be weird as hell if we just pulled out a birdcage like Doflamingo. But like, I do think he can just because of his trump card. But in general, based on what I've seen so far from Emeth, I'm not impressed. I don't have any strong feelings about Emeth just because he's been so mediocre. Obviously he's gonna have a trump card.
Yeah.
But I do have some feelings about just how Egghead how it's ending. Like, I don't think it's ending terribly. It's just a bunch of, okay, all right, that's cool. And then you kind of feel like things can't escalate because the Straw Hats have to get away.
Yeah, they have to.
You know, it's just one of those where, like, you know, they get away. You know, this is the Egghead incident. So this, you know, things are going to keep getting in the way. So with Emeth, it's obviously guaranteed for him to get in the way just because the Straw Hats, they got to escape. You know, they got to get away.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's indifferent. Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
As far as Emeth goes, like, do you have any strong thoughts on what his trump card are or is? I guess is a better way to put it.
Well, the one is a bomb, right?
Yeah, bomb.
It's like a bomb.
That's where I'm at.
That's the only thing I can see, unless he has like some knowledge about what could hurt the Gorosei, right?
Yeah.
And so like he pulls out like an ancient technique, like a sound wave or something right? Something weird like that. Or like a light, a hologram, something weird, like something weird, some weird ancient technology that he uses to disable them.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, 3 was the birdcage. Like, I don't.
the birdcage idea is so wild.
The birdcage.
Every time you say that, I'm like caught off guard, but I'm like, yeah, you know, fair enough. I mean, like, we don't know anything about him.
You know, just like
that's one of those things.
Cage. I don't know.
Like, I mean, this is ancient technology, right? Like, we don't know how it works.
Or like he like shackles himself with the Gorosei, like with both of them.
Like handcuff himself with the Gorosei?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going anywhere because I can't move either.
Right.
What the hell? Yeah, fair enough. So, as far as the Gorosei, just a quick question, but like, when it comes to their portrayal, are you happy with their power level and where they're at, or do you wish they were more? So
I'm happy with their power level.
Okay. The reason I ask is because I started a poll on my channel just to see how people felt about Saturn specifically. I didn't bring in the rest of the Gorosei, but people in general, 51% of people said that Saturn is pretty strong. 10% said he's overwhelmingly strong. 28% say he's mid, and then 10% say he is super weak. But overall, the majority say that he's pretty strong. And Saturn, people see him as the weakest Gorosei. So saying the weakest is pretty strong means that the rest are pretty, above that.
Yeah.
So
strength in One Piece is kind of always relative.
Subjective.
Where it's so Saturn, some people gauge his strength based on his competence.
Yeah.
Some people gauge his strength based on his ability. Some people gauge his strength based on being able to recover and how much damage you can take, etc. I think you got to factor in so many different things, but I think based on everything Saturn's been able to do, everything's been able to withstand, obviously there's a method to defeating him that we don't know yet. And I think the fact that we've had pretty strong characters go up against Saturn and nothing has really happened permanently, you got to give him his props. Where I think his level, his power level, or his caliber is fine. I think when it comes down to his abilities and how he uses them, there's something to be desired, but like you also have to factor in narratively, they can't be too successful.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just can't. Like he just has to fail because you already know the Straw Hats get away. If Saturn is too good, then obviously the Straw Hats plans, those get stopped. So at the end of the day, based on the limitations of the narrative that's been placed on the Gorosei, I think they've all been fine. They've all been good. The one that I'm not as impressed by is like your guy.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
What? The guy who took up half of Emeth? Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm not as impressed by Jupiter. Like,
no
he
way.
He got cut by the Giants. Then he was out for like 10 chapters and he came back and he was just smiling. Then it's just like, he took off half of Emmet, but that didn't do anything to him.
No, you're trolling, dude. What? What do you mean? Yeah, Jupiter?
I think Jupiter
out
is
of everyone. Worst one. Marcus Mars?
No, Mars actually looks cool though.
Stop.
He looks
okay,
cool.
Now you're scaling beauty, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, Jupiter looks cool as teeth. Dude, the guy has pearly whites, man.
I understand. He'll like be perfect for like modeling for Colgate or something. But other than that, Jupiter, he can stay home.
Damn it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I love
you.
Jupiter, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm not even joking anymore. He's my number one Gorosei in terms of design, fighting style, I love everything, man. Uniform. He's cool.
Over like even Nosjuro?
Oh, dude, I never liked Nosjuro. Ever since chapter 200, never been a fan. He's just a bald guy. I think I might be a little bit racist. But, when I see Asian people, like, I hold them to a higher standard. So, like, I look at this guy, I see the samurai sword, I see the bald head, the slanted eyes, and the glasses, and I'm not impressed.
Fair.
Like, I need more than that, man.
But I saw the blade, and I was like, that's enough, And then when he transformed into like his, whatever the hell that was, his ghost horse or whatever it was, and, he was slicing everybody and like, and he clashed with the goat, So, I really like Nosjuro. I think Mars had like some intimidating scenes. I think if anything, I was gonna put Saturn at the bottom, but Saturn had some dope moments too.
Saturn's
like,
cool.
Like Saturn is fine. Saturn is fine.
Saturn just has the misfortune of being hit a lot. I think if you cut Saturn's hits in half, he would look way better to people. Erase the Kuma scene, erase Luffy Gatling him. I think Saturn would be great.
Bro, we forgot when he pulled up like all that shit that he did, and then also like Sanji couldn't move in front of him and shit like that. Like
Jinbei said, "Yo, what the hell is this?"
Yeah, it like kind of shook everyone.
You remember that day? You remember the day we talked about that? We're like, damn, this got everybody shook. That was crazy.
Yeah. Well, okay, based on what you see now, because I know back then people were kind of placing them over the Yonko based on how people reacted to them showing up. Are you putting them over Yonko now?
No.
Are you putting them over the likes of Shanks, Big Mom, Kaido?
Like Cole, I follow his Twitter, man. The guy, the guy quoted something. I just couldn't disagree. He said, "Yo, you put 5 Kaidos on this island. Are they escaping?" I said, "Well, no. Like they can't." You know what I mean? Have you seen that? Dude, Cole said, "If you put 5 Kaidos on this island, are they leaving?" They're not, dude. You put 5 Kaidos here? No, it's not possible.
That's a very interesting visual. And I think that should be the title of this video.
5 Kaidos versus the Straw Hats. Like, they're not, like, you... No, okay, but here's the thing. 5 Kaidos plus Kizaru versus the Straw Hats, plus 30,000 Marines and 9 Vice Admirals. Like, they're not winning, bro. Like...
The tough part is when you think of, like...
It's tough.
Narratively, what Kaido meant to Wano and the Onigashima arc. And just, like, how he was kind of built up as his figure throughout. So it's like it's really difficult. But when you think about what Kaido was in Wano, and you say 5 of him, they have no shot.
Yeah, no shot.
They have absolutely no chance. Because here's the thing. This is a difference, right? When we talk about like skill as well, where like Kaido did get like hit by some of the scabbers, etc. But we all feel like if Kaido is actually serious, like none of these people are landing hits on him. Like if Kaido's going hybrid and he's serious about taking these people out, like Sanji isn't doing anything to him. Who else did something to the Gorosei? Frankie isn't doing anything to Kaido.
Bonnie.
So like it's like the Giants, imagine Dorian Broggie.
Imagine them cutting Kaido's head off, bro. Come on, it's not happening.
It's not happening. So, for me, I still have the Gorosei under the Yonko, just because I think ability wise they're up there as far as that caliber, but I think just off of things they're able to do, how they're able to evade, how they attack, just in general their overall I guess the overall capabilities that they have in regards to combat, it just leaves more to be desired, bro. Like, I'm looking at them fight. Joro looks cool, but at the end of the day, like everybody else doesn't seem like they don't seem like they can fight. Yes, they might be a little rusty, right? They're old as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, do you gauge them as like, oh, maybe they're not in their prime? I don't know, because they might be immortal. So it's like a weird thing there. But I mean, I think they're comfortable below the Yonko because they are strong. They are strong. It's just
they're powerful. I mean, like, people don't like this comparison, but I compared the Gorosei to Kid. Like, people look at Kid. You're laughing. People compare Kid versus Shanks. They're like, yo, Kid looks awful. But like, dude, Kid is great. He just looks bad against Shanks. Like, he is the weakest out of the strongest characters. And I kind of feel the same way for the Gorosei.
What? He's in the 99th percentile?
Yeah, Kid 99th, 95th percentile. Like, Kid is high up there, dude. Like, the only reason Kid lost so badly is because that's just like
he went up against,
the scaling's crazy, man.
Went up against 1 or 2 in the verse right now?
Yeah, dude, put Saturn in that ring. You think Shanks ain't one-tapping Saturn? I mean, Saturn's gonna regenerate, but like, dude, come on. You think these guys can take a Kamusari?
What if Shanks knows the heavenly hockey?
Yeah, what if Shanks could damage these guys, man? Like, it would be game. They'd be tapped. Frankie put a hole in Saturn. If Saturn couldn't regenerate, he'd be done.
It got to be something ancient for these guys, bro. It has to be something ancient in regards to them. I don't want to believe it's Conquerors just because...
I don't like that answer. I really don't.
At the end of the day, it really limits how many people can actually fight them.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, oh, you need Conqueror's Hockey to beat the Gorosei. And then it does reaffirm some of the things that Kaido said about like Roger and Hockey. But then it's like, I feel like Oda placed obvious contradictions in regards to like how Kaido looked at Roger and how Roger ascended either way. But I think for the Gorosei, it has to be something more. It has to be, bro. It has to be. I can't. Conqueror's Hockey. It has to be more. I don't like that as well because Luffy, it makes Luffy look like a complete idiot because some people are speculating, well, Luffy just didn't use Conqueror's Hockey against him. I'm like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like, I see that comment sometimes, like, hey, Luffy didn't use Conqueror's Haki. It's like, guys, come on, man. Like, there's no way it's that simple. And, like, for me at least, where I'm coming from is that I don't like Conqueror's Haki being the end-all be-all. Because as it stands right now,
limits the scope.
Conqueror's Haki is limited, right? You either have to have the ambitions of a conqueror or born with it. I don't like that stipulation.
Because
I want everybody to be able to access it.
Because it says you have to be born with it, right?
Yeah.
You have to be born with it. So then once you're born with it, you can unlock it. Some people don't really feel like it's something that you can grow into based on the path you choose. I don't know, with the Strawhats, sometimes it's like, it's almost like when somebody says, oh, I'm a part of the Luffy agenda. And like, that doesn't really exist. Like, Luffy's the main character.
He's always gonna win.
Like, it's just, people hate when you say that. So there's no people gonna be mad that you said that, because they're gonna like, Luffy doesn't always win. Luffy has to struggle. But ultimately, like, even when Luffy dies, right? Even when he dies, there's still a way. So it's just, I don't think you go into the story trying to bet against Luffy, because more often than not, you're going to lose because it's Luffy's story. Because, like, I mean, I don't know, like, Luffy is geared around him. Like, he's going to overcome all these trials and tribulations to ascend to the Pirate King. So it's just power scaling Luffy against most characters. The right answer ultimately is going to always be Luffy. So, like, it's almost when somebody's like, oh, Luffy's stronger than an admiral. And they've been saying it since Sabaody.
Like, they're going to be right.
Eventually, you're going to be right. You know, like, eventually.
Yeah, you're betting with the odds.
Yeah, like, it's like, yo, Zoro's stronger than an admiral. It's like, eventually you will be.
Yeah.
But like,
is it today? Is it tomorrow? Like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're saying that at a time where it's just like, it's probably not set in stone, but because they're the Straw Hats, they're the main characters, they're going to continue to ascend at a rapid rate, right? Astronomical rate. And then you're going to ultimately eventually be right. So it's like, when people talk about like Zoro stocks and Luffy stocks, I think those are two stocks where it's just like, you just bet on them and they're just going to keep going up.
So last thing I want to touch on, we kind of got away from the topic, but
yeah,
last thing here, the Straw Hats leaving Egghead Island. How many chapters do you think it'll take? I forgot. Last time we talked, we always throw out different numbers. It's been a while, but
5, I think 5.
I was pretty short on it. I think I said 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think I was saying 5. I think from this point forward, I'm gonna say 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, 3
That's
chapters. It's not
3.
much else to do. You just gotta wrap up, get out of there, finish the Emeth stuff, which can be wrapped up in a chapter. Get out of there, and then you kind of have some post stuff as far as like after the fact. But I don't think more than 3.
That's fair.
No more than 3 chapters. We're gonna get out of here right now, and then with the breaks, maybe we start the next arc in December, but
damn, December, yeah. December's crazy. What? December, dude?
You never know.
It's July, brother.
You never know.
It's July. What do you mean December?
I remember. I believe Oda took his his month-long break in July.
Well, I mean, he took his in April though.
Yeah. Hey, he's like, I want to take another one.
No way. That's dude. You're crazy, man.
Yeah.
You said December for the next arc. Okay, so this boils down to 2 like subtopics, but where do you think the Straw Hats are going next after Egghead? Are you still set on Elbaf? And
they're gonna. I think they're gonna be like a small stop beforehand.
Small stop.
Yeah, I think that small stop is where Bonnie gets off.
Damn, yeah. Not a fan of Bonnie for Nakama, huh? Damn.
Yeah,
you said Bonnie get off.
She get off. She get
no
out
hesitation.
She get out of there. Yeah, she's out of there. I think she goes with Espear. You know, I think her and Espear kind of travel together, and then they really belong in the Revolutionaries. So
I absolutely hate that, but I respect it. I respect it.
You want Bonnie to be a part of the Straw Hats, I guess. I
mean, I don't want her to be a part of the Straw Hats. I still like Yamato, as crazy as that sounds. I still like Yamato, but you know, Bonnie's a fine second. last thing though, so you know, like every time we go in between arcs, we always check up on a side faction, whether it be the Revs, the Cross Guild, Emu. Like, who do you want to spend time with? Not who do you think we'll spend time with, but who do you want? The first update we get, who do you want to get it from?
The Blackbeard parts.
Okay, so like Blackbeard, what he's doing, Caribou, all that stuff.
But because something that I saw in the chapter that gave me pause was that it was like, oh, where's the Commodore? He should be here by now. That's telling me that Blackbeard is taking longer than they thought. So yeah, Blackbeard may be on another detour. So just something to consider.
Dude, he's nothing like Luffy, huh?
He's about it. You know, he's about it. So I would like to see what Blackbeard is doing. I do think Blackbeard and his story, or whomever he sends to Wano, could coincide with a Yamato cover story. But
I like how headstrong you are, because you had no hesitation. You didn't say if. You said when he sent someone to Wano, I want to see who it is. You didn't even say like maybe he sends someone, like maybe he go. Dude, you said I want to see who it is.
I mean, it's kind of like we just talked about Blackbeard and just how he's been just sending everybody out to different places. It just makes sense. I think he could possibly go himself just because of where it's located, etc. But his crew is just so full of veterans, and they've been successful so far with accomplishing everything they wanted to, other than Burgess. But Burgess did come back with something.
The hell did Burgess do to you, man?
He didn't come with the Mara no Me, right? He didn't get that. However, he had the revolutionaries, their hideout.
Yeah.
So
he was a snitch.
You know, relatively, they accomplish things. They get the job done. So, Blackbeard to Wano, I need it, or like someone from Blackbeard's crew, or a few people. You know, that'd be interesting to see how that plays out for Yamato, because if Yamato fails in protecting Wano, how does that impact her and her pilgrimage, etc.? It's just, I think it leads to a lot of interesting storylines.
Dude, that's the only way to spice up Yamato's cover page story. It's been so mid.
It's been a little dead, but
I love Yamato, but it's mid.
It's gonna get going. It's gonna get going.
Yeah, it's going to.
Yep.
Personally, just to throw my 2 cents in there, I want to see Buggy.
Oh, the Crocodile.
Yeah, I mean, just seeing what Mihawk and Crocodile are gonna do, right? Like, even after Buggy said he wouldn't find the One Piece, during a reaction piece, we had no insight as to what they're thinking of. None.
Yeah.
Like I think, do they want to go after this? Do they not? Like, do they hate Buggy? Do they want to follow him? Like, we don't know.
That'd be really interesting if Oda did that, to give us some more insight into Crocodile's character and Mihawk's character.
Yeah.
Some backstory stuff. You know, Crocodile kind of implied that Mihawk got betrayed or something like that. But I think I would not mind Cross Guild at all, especially if they do the side quest thing where they're going to Impel Down, or they just kind of recruit other people. I think that would be really interesting, because, like, again, I think Cross Guild already has the requisite people, where having Mihawk and Crocodile is a lot, and having Crocodile's people. But if you add a few of those former warlords,
Moria, dude, put Moria in there. Moria. Put Weevil, Dofi, sure. Boa, put all of them in.
Yeah, you do that, because we've talked about it before. I think especially for Marineford, it was like, could the warlords take out a Yonko crew, all of them combined together? It's like maybe, depending on the Yonko crew. But when you have Mihawk, Kuma, Doflamingo, Boa, Jinbei, it's just like, that's a lot to deal with. And I think, I think Mihawk carries for sure, right? Because we presume him to be Yonko caliber. But then, Crocodile not no slouch. Dofi's not a slouch. Kuma's not a slouch. I don't know if we're including Law.
I don't even think Moria's a slouch. Like, Moria with this fodder.
Not a slouch. He's not a slouch. It's just, I think he just has bad PR,
Yeah. Like, Moria, like, when people think about, like, a Yonko crew, they're like, oh, like, they got, like, 20,000, 30,000 people. Moria can make up that number, dude.
You can do that. You can do that. That's why I say, like, somebody like Doflamingo, strength wise and based on what we've seen, he probably isn't as strong as the right hand men. But imagine like having Doflamingo as a commander on your ship.
Yeah.
Like he's so versatile. He has so many abilities. He has so many different things that he could do. It's just like his versatility makes up for his lack of strength, which ultimately gives him a bump, in my opinion, where he's around like, that second tier.
If you don't have the first tier commanders. Somebody with hockey, if you don't have any hockey, Doflamingo is just going to string you. You're done.
But I think like even if you do have hockey, like because Jozu had hockey,
he got controlled. Dude, third commander of the Whitebeard Pirates got controlled by Dofi.
Yeah, and Fujitora.
People hold Visa to a high level. Visa's fifth.
Like if you think about it, Fujitora, he stopped the string from touching him, right? Like, I think that's something to be said about it as well. Where it's like, was he worried about being controlled by Doflamingo? Like, can you stop it if it touches like your nervous system to control you? Like, I don't know, but like having somebody like that as a commander, it completely changes just the structure of your team. Like, it's such a boost. Like, imagine if Kaido had Doflamingo and Wano. Like, it's
like, I mean, that's the thing, man. Right? Like, when you look at the Straw Hats, they all complement each other. Luffy is the captain. He's all-encompassing. Zoro's the swordsman. Sanji's there, too. Like, there's so many characters in the Straw Hats who complement each other and bounce off of one another. The warlords, in and of themselves, are all captains. Like,
they technically
they're all captains.
But, however, I think the issue is going to come in with someone like Boa, right? As far as working together, just because she's typically always kind of been the person in charge. I think Kuma understands how to be subservient. Jinbei, he hops around like Kevin Durant.
That's crazy. Rest in peace, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Doflamingo.
That's all we had.
He's like, he obviously was working under Kaido. So like, I think once Mihawk kind of, takes control of the organization, I think he'll get people to follow him. I think Boa would be the biggest issue. The others will be fine, but I think Boa, she's the one that would like, I don't know about all that.
I mean, the thing with Boa is that if Boa took control, I don't think Mihawk I don't think he would care that much.
I don't think he would either.
Yeah, like, Mihawk could just be like, whatever, crocodile, whatever. And I mean,
Boa's a confirmed conqueror. Do you think Mihawk is going to be a conqueror?
Oh, 100%. And here's the thing. People say that if Mihawk doesn't have conquerors, it would be bad. But I think it would be just as good.
If Mihawk doesn't have conquerors and he can hang with Shanks the way he was back in the day, it is crazy.
That's a flex, right?
Crazy. It's a flex, but then it's also like, what? You don't have conquerors hockey? You don't have coding? Which coding is like the new meta. It's like the new meta.
But here's the thing. What if Mihawk is the character that breaks the meta? We're looking at all these characters. Oh, they're all conquerors. If Mihawk is the one character that doesn't have conquerors, I think that would be very telling on how strong he is. Like,
there's a C word I think of whenever you say that.
A C word?
Yeah.
What is it?
Cope.
Damn it. Okay, last thing, though. So one thing to back up my cross-scale theory, too, that they're the next faction we're going to see. And this plays on with last year and the year before. But the first week of August is actually a tribute to Clown Day.
Oh.
And the year before, we had a cross-guild chapter, and the year before that, we also had a cross-guild chapter. So that's why, like, I'm kind of breaking the fourth wall when I say it, but that's also why I think we're going to have a cross-guild chapter after, like, everything is said and done.
I'm not mad at it. Like I said, we didn't get any reactions from them. Like, they didn't really give any insight as to what was going on.
Yeah, I mean,
they did mention Asian weapons, then they showed them, so it's like, all right, they're about to do something. I don't know. But I would like that a lot.
Anything out of them.
Yeah, that would be fire if you got a cross-guild chapter.
That would be
amazing.
I mean, I love your
cross-guild, or I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be mad at a God Knight chapter too.
Dude,
some more introductions.
Looking at 1121, is there honestly a bad answer? I don't think so.
No.
Except for Dragon.
Maybe Dragon. Yeah.
We know Dragon.
We know what's gonna.
We know he's not gonna give us anything.
You know what that's gonna be. That's not gonna be anything.
Dude, we get a Dragon chapter. We hit with the dot. Dragon. What do we do now? Dot.
It's just Ivankov and Sabo talking.
Yeah, Ivankov, Sabo. Who's the fodder man? Do you remember their names even? Do you remember? Wait. You're a One Piece YouTuber, right? What are what are the revolutionary captains' names? Do you even remember?
Morley?
No, wait. Sorry. Not the captains, the vice captains. Sorry.
The vice? You talking about like the robots? Like the half robot thing?
The commanders. Yeah, dude, hit me with them. Who are they? So one of them is Inazuma, and then we have 4 other. We got introduced to them in the final saga. Who are they? You're a One Piece YouTuber, right? Are you fake?
One was Hisbeth.
Oh, what? Who? No.
There's a robot, right? And then there was a.
There's no robot. Who are you talking about?
One of them like half robot or something, like a cyborg?
Nah. Wait. Who are you talking? No, there's not a robot.
Am I tripping? There's like a girl that was like.
Oh! The mechanical arm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you know her name?
Greta.
Ahiru.
Oh, of course.
Of course. Close enough. Okay, 3 more. Who are they? Okay, here's the thing. If you describe them, I'll give it to you. You don't need the name.
Fuck. There's one girl with the arm. I don't remember them at all, bro. I don't fucking remember these guys
I got you,
all.
man. Hey, no worries. So we have a cow guy. A cow mink, I think is what he is. His name is Ushiano. We have a Humpty Dumpty looking guy named Gombo. And then we have a I don't even know how to describe him. He has like a mask on, plus like he has like a black and white hair called Jiren. And then that's it. That's all we got. Yeah, I mean, those are the deputy commanders of the Revs. Do we care about these guys? I personally don't. They're kind of jokes. I would love to see if they do something crazy, but they're just there, man. Like, it is what it is.
They're gonna be a part of the fight. Some of them probably fight like the because it's like they're gonna give fights to Ivankov, Karasu. I think Bella, Betty, Morley, Lindbergh, they had fights and stuff, but like maybe a few of them team up against like some of the underlings of the God Knights and shit like that. They're going to get fights, but like ultimately we're not going to care about most of them. I think the one we're going to care about the most is Inazuma.
Yeah, Inazuma, and that's pretty much it. Like I'm curious about I'm curious about Ushiano because he's a cow. And then Ahiru is like the original Nami design with the arm, but like outside of them, like it's whatever.
And then we can't forget Raise Max.
Who? The filler movie. The
non-canon one, yeah.
Yeah, Raise Max was cool though.
I liked Raise Max.
Yeah, he wasn't strong. He was a commander. He said, "I am Raise Max. I have bad luck, and that's pretty much it. I'm a legendary gambler." Yeah, it's like my dad, dude. He just goes to the casino and loses. That's it.
He's so cool though. I like Raise Max.
Yeah, Raise Max was awesome. Did he even do anything in Film Gold?
I don't remember anything significant. I remember him just like posing the entire time.
Yeah, I don't think he fought. Like he was just there.
He was just like a guide to like for a lot of time. Where he was just telling them where things were. He was just like an NPC.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
the wiki says that Max possesses tremendous strength and power and durability.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, because he survived the fans of Guild Tesoro, and that's it.
Oh, well. I guess.
If that's what we're going off of, sure, why not? Sure, dude. Like who am I to tell you differently?
Fuck it. They say Raise Max is strong. He's strong, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm not going to fight it. But hey, thank you, Braga, for joining me on this video. I appreciate it as always. Thank you for joining us on this break week. I really appreciate it.
I love break week, bro.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Break week is one of those that we try to, you know, fill in the gaps, but it gets tougher and tougher because I feel like the break weeks are becoming more and more frequent. But
yeah, and yeah, it is.
They're fun though. They're fun though. We kind of get to go outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, just have fun, kind of shoot the hay with these discussions. And
yeah, that's when we got like the Don Creek stuff and like the Rude stuff.
That was great. Yeah.
So yeah, I think the more obscure ones are fun.
If you guys watch the Rouge video, Brago sent me the link to the video afterwards, which is kind of funny.
The Shady Rouge, right?
Yeah. Shared the Rouge. But to give you guys some insight, we're recording this on Monday night. What is this? July 30th?
Yeah.
So the spoilers have already dropped. Obviously, as you could tell by this video, I'm not talking about anything about the latest chapter. So we're just kind of having fun with the latest chapter, 1121, and not 1122. But hey, thank you guys for joining us on this video. Hope you had fun here, and that's pretty much it.